Side note, you know, I never, ever won a dice game against this fat fucker. Yo, I got the edge. Broke me every single time. I never knew why. Feelings don't change facts. And that's a fact. Love you, big brother. Yeah, love the sound and the beauty of the fresh air. And that's what y'all need, to breathe some actual life so your carbon dioxide could go back to the trees that need the air you breathe in order for them to breathe. And then you can get back the fresh air you need. See the cycle? Look how that works. As soon as I get on the show, I get the phone call about the one who wanted me to Diddy shop. No Time for Fake Niggas was about Biggie. Cause Kim and Diddy was mad at him. Y'all hold that. And then they squashed it before the tragedy. Y'all double hold that. Kim did her very first recording in life with me in my friend Juicy's house. Y'all hold that. I rhyme first, Big rhyme second. A repetitive loop, all I need to perform solo whistle group. You know, with his voice, you know what I'm talking about? My verse. Goddamn, blowing niggas' minds like Red Man. Fuck around in my timeline, you's a dead man. Drop that soap, you got that rope. Now you beg that you'll get played, but I will get paid like Bob Hope. Niggas sit back and take notes. Oh, I think y'all hear something. Then Kim rhyme. Make room, here I come. The chips wanna ride, I got the fifth on my side. With the sticky finger flow. That Big probably wrote. You dig? Ghost wrote. But messing with her, she had her own. You dig? Because she had that spunk, that had that mentality that I could do this on my own without nobody. You dig? So maybe 60% was hers, 40 Big, you dig? Now, go to the 70s. Got this shit going on. Me and my mother get tied to a chick. Took 170-something thousand, you dig? Pops come home to see it. That shit, you dig? Knowing what happened, went from there to there in a matter of months. Cause an L like that, it's hard to recover from. It is best, dig? We talking about Big. And Annette Robinson is the woman that gave my mother the encouragement to convert to Jehovah's Witness, because she grew up Baptist under her father, Deacon Lysias Paul, on Marcy Avenue, Concord Baptist Church. Since 1958. You dig? He was actually born into that's when my grandfather became deacon of the church in 1958. Concord Baptist Church on Marcy. So I didn't understand, even as a child, why my mother just didn't go back to that church. But when it converted to Jehovah's Witness, you dig, in the Kingdom Hall. And even though where I was born, Big lived 2 blocks away, church. We had to get off at 155th in Harlem, you dig? And it was a white with green decoration church, you dig? It was Kingdom Hall, you dig? Big already had his circle, I'm the new one. In the photos, I'm the shortest one running around playing, you dig? There were certain days that, you know how to go, the new face, go through the new problems, not knowing my story, you dig? Big held me down and go, oh, with you, that's right. So the one that think he wouldn't hold you down if he had love for you or feel like he had to protect you or whatever, you dig? Because I'm the shorty. And that's the beginning of me and Big friendship. Now going into PS11 and all that other stuff, he's in class, CHICO. My family, Tad. And I got another cousin, but he wasn't on the block as much, and being born and raised in the neighborhood like us in his beginning from the 70s, yeah, then from the 80s went to the South. Listen very carefully. When that happened, the two most popular people for children in the neighborhood of doing what was called rap was Michael Lyons, aka Chico Del Vec, and Tad Cromwell, aka Unc L. Tad. His ass on the lunchroom table, moonwalking and shit, and all that shit, doing the boom, boom, straight up, while the whole lunchroom going crazy. That's the energy, Big. That was still Fat Chris then, and Little JC. That's who Symbol is. You dig? Little JC was the one running around fighting everybody all the time for everything and nothing. Big was the cool one, sit back, lay back, probably had jokes on him so he learned how to rank, you dig? To avoid being labeled fat, you dig? That was his defense, you dig? So he ain't had no fights. He had to do all this with scrapping with niggas in school and all that shit. Symbol, what Little JC did, right? Cause every day is about, well, I could go get Big JC. Ooh. Trackmaster brother got rocked in the eye with a pool ball over that same shit. It's coming in Debo next. Yo, I got next. Nigga, I got next. I've been here. Nigga, I got next. What you gonna do? Go get your father? Pool ball? Boom. 7, 8 years old. Who you think you talking to? Man. You feel bad for that shit. Even as a kid, like, you don't realize what you really did. But it's the disrespect, you dig? I ain't do nothing to you, you dig? That's the Trackmaster, brother. Early. And Tone still wanted to do business with me. A lot of shit out the Barnes family. And I still apologize to Tone, even though people don't want to hear forgiveness. They don't. They don't. Because of the pain that they still might go through from then. Who knows? I don't know. Still want to heal me now for something I did in 1981 or 82. Hit the unlike button. Feelings don't change facts. It's through the course of that, being big, paying attention to that talent going on, PS11 and all that. You dig? Yeah, he going to Catholic schools and all this shit like it was a transfer. You did? Guess big moms didn't want him around that stuff because it was too ghetto, especially niggas like me around, fighting all the time and all that. So his mama, from all that, you dig? And that's the room, Queen of all saints and all that other stuff. You dig? While we going to zone schools, getting it shaken, shit like that. I'm in Sands, fighting, get jumped, and then get chumped. All that. Yeah. Feelings don't change facts. Shout out to the fort. What? Where they grow mean, Fort Green, early. What? That's in group homes, probably the top 2 places I fought. You dig? Nah, it's the projects, yeah. When I think about it now. Boom. Fulton Street, yeah. Just Fulton Street and chill. Yeah, I got all that, man. So, like I said, fought sometimes more than I ate food. There's probably other brothers that went through that too. So the transition, 1987, in Sands, seeing the brother Keanu McCoy doing that shit on stage, and he tell me to go beatbox, and I'm like, beatbox, yeah, do that shit. He did, and he rocked that shit. That was the spark for me. And going to the crib and seeing Mark Brown having unfinished writtens on paper was the birth of King Sin. Writing off King's son, King Sin, Simbo King, J2 Nice for like 2 weeks. I got the one up. And it was the birth of Simbo. You dig? It's copying off Manbo. You dig? Cause I duck to him. You dig? All that shit. Talking like this, you know what I'm saying? You know, my mother shit, I'm all shit, I'm on you niggas shit, I'm on my mom. You know? Like the nigga told me. You know what I mean? Free man, bro. I said it. Now, while Biggie is going through his transition of becoming an adult, you know, mama, like, hey, you gotta go get it. Yeah, hopefully it stay on, you dig? Like I said, with transition of being a teen to becoming an adult, you dig? Mamas want you to go to summer youth. They see the summer youth programs and things of that nature. They want you to go train yourself to know how to work when you get a real job. You dig? So that's what it was about. It's about doing whatever we can to get employment, you dig? To do whatever. Ended up doing that. Caught chickenpox the first time. No, I missed it the first time. Everybody else caught chickenpox the first time. Then the next year, I ended up catching the chickenpox. I caught it late. And then my homeboy caught it after that. He was the last one. Well, or my brother and shit. You did? Boom! Guess he didn't do that shit. Or maybe he did do that shit. I don't remember that shit. You did? But he might have did that shit somewhere else. You did? After that, what you gonna do to keep it going? Gotta do something. That's where them packs come in. Cause now you wanna make the same money you was making in the programs that them programmed to making you wanna continue to make money. I was already doing that since a child, you did? From the number hole to the watermelon truck to the gas station, you dig? To Apples before Blacker was there, you dig? Very first one, you dig? Apple put in there, you dig? Me, Mike, and Rob, well, you dig? I was too busy, too in motion. Could never sit still either. Well, so his packs, whatever, doing what he gotta do. But that's what built the friendship more with him and you dig? Well, which was super, well, which was super duper on the level. You dig? Huh. Maybe other things, you dig? Because that's where the network come in. So he outside. That's what made room for him to meet Kim and all that, chop it up with her, you dig? And if I ain't mistaken, he already did the with Ralph McDaniels, because all that stuff with 18, I think he was like 15 when he rhymed for Ralph McDaniels, you dig? It's like 1987, you dig? It's around the same time I started. But I guess he felt like he ain't taking serious until 18, you dig? If I ain't mistaken, he was like 15 in that Ralph McDaniel video music box joint. Shout out to the OG, true legend, Uncle Ralph. He get the uncle in the front early. Now, with that, making moves and all that down south, you dig? Going back and forth. And before that, you dig, there was something going on, you know, where brothers run into from lawsuits, you dig? 87, when my mother got custody back of us, you dig? It was May 20th of 1987, you dig? They got hit by a car, a taxi on the sidewalk, you dig? Boom. Turned 18, bum ass 9Gs. But prior to that, his brother Jay. And prior to that, it was Shy. Shy was the first ones in my circle with the lawsuit money and things of that nature, or whatever situations. Because for them, I don't think it was lawsuit thing. God bless. You know, situation that was a tragedy in their family. You dig? And blessings. And real talk, you know, they don't want that. They want you know what I'm talking about? See, I had this discussion on the One Up show back on my old channel, but nobody was sharing this to make sure big moms get more of an understanding of the mentality of her son in the street. You dig? Because he wasn't no knucklehead, he wasn't no troublemaker or none of that. You dig? Well, just outside getting money, want to push up on the shorties, do what it do. You dig? Get his name out of the mud, get his dick out the dirt. You dig? Through the course of all that, do what it do. You dig? Making moves. And I'm like, damn, man, shit, it's not a game. How the fuck niggas hustling still looking fucked up? Well, I went to go and shop for him. That's right. Jason Samuel Cromwell, 22074. That's right. Dr. J's and all that. Looking for size 14s, because I looked at the size and see, I'm like, 14? Shit. What? Fuck, I'm gonna find that? And I didn't. You dig? 30s, I'm like, be wise, 13 wide. Something. He's gonna need something. You dig? What? But he went out of town, came back. Sergio teenied up. What you call them? Whoa! The cool Timbs, the cream Timbs, you dig? Straight like that. Straight like that. So it's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You dig? You know what it do. 92, you dig? He had unsigned hype, you dig? So it was real cool. Well, 91, he might have did unsigned hype already, you dig? And I apologize for being off, you dig? With the time, it doesn't seem like I'm jumping and all that stuff, but I'm actually not. All of this is coinciding in the same timeline. But the introduction to Pac, that come from Broad J and Stretch, already said this, you dig? Broad J and Stretch being ball players, you dig? Playing schools and shit like that, you dig? Shout out to Madge, Loud Squad and all that for that introduction. Biggie, Tupac, it's through Broad J and Stretch. Broad J house is Juicy house. It's the same house with Big recorded Warning. And me and Kim did our recordings. Okay? Through the strength of Big. You dig? Those is his ideas, not mine. Boom! During that time, 1992, you see a photo taken on the corner of Waverly and Fulton Street. You'll see Doggy Diamonds. You'll also see Bruh J. You dig? Bruh J is the top. Without no drugs. You dig? Because with whatever he had, he was taking care of the hood. You dig? Bob came around. He was doing the same thing on St. James and Fulton. You dig? But that was the introduction through Bruh J and Stretch. You dig? So when Jay telling me, yo, Stretch coming through, he gonna bring Pop. I'm like, Stretch? Stretch also? Like, nah, Stretch. Remember I showed you Stretch? And I ended up getting the dumbass hat, just like Stretch had. You dig? Word. You know, like, done. You dig? Because I was in a different hats because I ain't like the shape of my head. You dig? Boom. Anyway. That's what made room for that picture on the corner. You dig? If I ain't mistaken, it was taken from the Wayne Perryman or Nelda, which is where Little Kim get her multicolored hair from. Nelda is the queen of multicolored hair, which she got from Miss Santiago, Omar Santiago moms, but she's Puerto Rican, and it stood out so much, Nelda incorporated it, okay? But she's from the hood and been in the rap videos like I Ain't No Joke and shit like that. So Nelda had the crown that everybody was copying, including Little Kim, including Jamaicans, all that. Right? New Year's, doing the 92 and the 93 blunt session. Like, yo, going over there and all that. All right, this is the hustling era, see? Because even though we rapping, it's still that hustling mentality. We over here, y'all niggas over there, you dig? Which is dumb, you dig? That's what made room for me not to be around Tupac but once. You dig? And I already explained that night. You dig? What happened after ball dropped and all that shit. He going back to the block and then running in the pop. And niggas trying to be wolves. You dig? So everybody 90-something blunt 10. It was only a few niggas hanging. Everybody else slumped. Pop still up. He ain't sleeping. He ain't from over here. That's when the wolves come out after the ball drop. But I don't want to go on reading, doing all that. You dig? But that's the introduction. Biggie Pop. You dig? And then all the stuff you're not going to hear about, then you're going to find out. Stuff with Killer Ben and Fort Greene. It's probably the same hammer that got Biggie and Tupac too. Okay? It's a lot of things that happen that just, it makes sense, which would have been simple to talk to Miss Wallace. One-on-one, you dig? Not all this TV show shit, looking for views and likes and shit like that. You dig? Just building with her one-on-one. And I wish I would have got that chance. That's a fact. You dig? Well, but then what comes with that? So then I understand, because what comes with that is she gonna want you to stand, or things of that nature. In the industry, you know I'm gonna want to do that, especially if you wasn't there. So it's like hearsay still, even though you know your hearsay is the factual hearsay. Still hearsay when you're not there, and that's a fact. So I always take that consideration with giving out information. The only thing I talk about is what I was there. You dig? Haters and the unlike button. Ain't nothing changed. Big's the man. I apologize. Blocking his life. Cause it's his day. 53 years old today. Man, I would have just been chilling with his kids, seeing them grown, chilling, doing what it do, going through the pain. Tiana going through things. He gonna tell me, baby, it's all good. Don't even worry about it. Just stand the third, boop, boop, boop. Gonna build with his princess. And his prince definitely gonna get all that good stuff. You dig? Me and Jordan was gonna be spoiled with Jordans. I have a Jordan collection that I can never touch. Straight like that. No, he wants you to have the best. No, we come from have-nots. Even with being from decent families, whether you're in the projects, side blocks, things of that nature. You got certain people with good sense. You come from a good family, but we go out into the streets. And that's what makes us end up embracing the streets, because we see the streets every day to come back home. See that mentality transition? And we coming back home. Home is where it starts. That's what I want y'all youngsters to never forget. Always show respect to your mother. You dig? And again, I apologize to Shorty, man. She ain't need that stuff. She a good woman. She a good woman. Brother's a good dude that's going through a lot. And a lot of times, they don't even realize when introductions class, sometimes that be the realest person you end up being around later on in life. But it's a lesson for them to learn. It's about Biggie today. None of that other stuff. I apologize to y'all. So Big going through stuff in the introduction to Puff. You dig? It's probably back in 1989 through Andre Harrell, him shopping his demo, maybe 1991. You dig? Because 18 years old, 19 years old, 1991. It's probably the time he was shopping his demo. Yeah, I'm going back and forth, but y'all could put the timeline together and match everything, because y'all that smart. You dig? So, y'all know the story of that. I hope my brother or Craig Mack didn't go through that. And the reason why I specified brother Craig Mack, because me and Big already had songs before the Craig Mack introduction in 1994. But see, what was going on at the same time was the brother Killer Payne came home in 1992 telling me he want to put something together called Murder Incorporated, and he want me to be the first MC on that label. And that's the beginning of the separation after the recording of Warning. That was already the Juicy House, and the other stuff that was already done with Little Kim and all that. Because now he's signed with Craig Mack. Somebody approached him and said, yo, what's up with the remix? What's up with the remix? And he listening to Daddy Yo, Sonic. Daddy Yo, it's a living legend that we give the undivided attention to. Some people talk, shut up. Just listen to absorb the game. Y'all don't get that, because everybody know everything. So Big was giving Daddy Yo his undivided attention. And while the brothers go at him about the remix, he like, yo, chill. Person I care for a lot. It's like, yeah, you just my man. Fam. Fuck being friends. And now I'm going at my friend. Something that I never want to talk about. But what I did was did 2 in 1. What y'all don't know is I went at both of them. Look, I was talking about having Tupac could put all that back in 1995. Shooting of the Ark happened after the performance, the Junior Mafia performance, then someone else performed after them. Spitting a song called Brooklyn Nights with that dumb shit. You did? Because it was dumb, childish, young mentality of being in emotions. Yes, me. You dig? Shit is crazy, man. Brain damage is real. That's why you gotta take care of yourself, help, make sure you don't stumble with your words when you speak. Early. Early. You come home happier than a faggot with a bag of dicks. Early. To a quiet house. Like, yo, the princess was born today. We know, Jason. What's going on? You don't know what happened to Fat Grandson? Big? Word for word conversation. You dig? Hurts for real, man. Y'all know that. Spending that time sitting in the crib, him bringing the Redman tape before the Redman album was out, listening to that whole album, crib full of niggas. Word. While Big sitting on the radiator by the window. You dig? You dig? We going through, because we didn't skip but one track. You dig? Fine. Maybe Big was talking trash and all that. I don't remember him doing that. But what I do remember is that, ow! And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? Who the fuck? Ow! Like, what the fuck? Look out the window. It's Nino Brown, which was still Nene then. Because C's was still Wani then. Wani had the most love in the hood up and down 4th Street because he was the little niglet that everybody wanted to protect. Because he'd be out there none in the morning. What the fuck you doing outside? We gonna hold him down. A lot of other dumb shit that Simbo did. He did. Word, man. Feel stupid to this second, you know, with the childish mentality of the McGilla Gorilla stuff. That's why a lot of people don't mess with me, because I done it already and still pay for it now. The stuff that went on in the 80s, 90s, 2010, they still want to do you dirty in 2025. Not them, because none but love. Biggie event should be this weekend. I'll be there. Hope y'all be there too. You dig? And I hope y'all understand more of the friendship of me and this brother. You dig? When I talk, he listen. You dig? He came with the Isaac Hayes record, but that's the music I was playing in my whip. Juicy played that Herb Albert record while me and Doggy Diamond's going back and forth over, that's a great idea. Doggy Diamond be like, nah, man, because it was all about the chop and you not knowing what the sample was. That's why you don't say things about sample. You dig? And I forgot the word he said. It's called, you dig? Well, it's basically sample exposed and where it's supposed to still be a secret, but everybody knows that because it's a loop. It's just a repeated loop that was already played in the clubs. But I was like, yo, Big, you gonna be a rich nigga. He was like, R.I.P. And I ain't understand that shit then. And I understand it now. R.I.P. B.I.G. And that's why he's the G-O-A-T. I just gave you the secret to that recipe, which is what made room for Big Papa and all that shit. Which we would say that. You wanted to hear the unbelievable and all that. That the love for BRISTAL, the love is one. It's representing BK to the fullest. Can you dig it? Part of my slur, this whole side of my face is sweet though. Plus going back and forth with this unnecessary conversation, just making room for it to be like that more and more. Plus me talking to you for the past 25, 35 minutes. But that's how much love I got for y'all and how much respect I got for him. Can you dig that? Shout out to the Mafia and see how Gutter and Tad is on the same podcast. It's for a reason. So the closest thing is going to be your lessons. Doggy Diamonds TV. Tad and C Gutter, which they're going to be talking about probably today or maybe this weekend. And the man that's talking to you now. I love every last one of y'all, even if you don't love me. I know what love is. Peace.